Hello team and family. We're going to be working on problems involving opposites and absolute value of rational numbers. Here we go. Use the table that shows elevations of checkpoints along a marathon route. Use the table to answer problems 11 through 13. So we have checkpoints at the top, elevations on the bottom, and question number 11. Write the opposite value of each checkpoint elevation. So below here, we know that opposites of the numbers are the same distance from 0 on the other side of the number line. So 15.6 would be negative 15 and 6 tenths. 17 and 1/10 feet would be negative 17 and 1/10 feet. 5 and 2/10 feet would become negative 5 and 2/10 feet. Negative 6 and 5/10 feet would become 6 and 5/10 feet. And then negative 18 and 5/10 feet would become 18 and 5/10 feet. So I'm just going to draw an arrow going up here. I wrote the opposite value of each checkpoint elevation. Which checkpoint is closest to sea level? So sea level, which we discussed earlier, I'm going to draw a number line up here. Sea level is 0. So the closest numbers I see, well, I see negative 5.2, and then I see 6.5. Now, but I want to be careful because this is negative 5.2, which is my opposite. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that, or just put a line through it. And I'm going to go ahead and put 5.2 on the positive side. And then I'm going to put over here negative 6 and 5/10 on the negative side. So these are the two closest numbers I see to 0. The others are going to be further away. Which one is closer to 0? Well, I know that if I look in the ones place, 6, if I just think about absolute values, 6 is bigger than 5, so it's going to be further away from 0. So the checkpoint that's closest to sea level is 5 and 2/10. And then which checkpoint is furthest from sea level? Basically, if I took all of these numbers, and I'm going to put them up here next to it, these are my absolute values. If I just look at my absolute values, it'll tell me the distance from 0, and the one that's the biggest will be the one that answers that question. So 15 and 6/10, 17 and 1/10, 5 and 2/10, 6 and 5/10, and 18 and 5/10. So the furthest from sea level is checkpoint E, or if it helps this way, negative 18.5 feet elevation. And then explain, how do I know? I used absolute values to figure that out. Because I know that if I take the absolute values, that's the distance from 0, and I can figure out which one's the farthest from 0. Alright.